I'm an executive career coach. I specialize basically in helping people elevate personally, professionally, and financially.
What does your typical clients look like, or what are some of their needs?
So the typical client is somebody they could be either an early, mid, or late career professional, and they're typically dealing with being underpaid, undervalued, underemployed, working in a toxic environment, dealing with a crappy boss or company, taking a lot of medication, dealing with anxiety, and they just don't know how to get out of that rut. And so my 8-step program is designed to help people basically take them from where they are today, point A, and have them be happier, better opportunities, more money, and ultimately live a happier life.
Wow. So what is just one piece of advice for you you have for someone who may be in a sort of, a dead-end job, feeling like, oh, well, I have to go to my 9 to 5 every day, but this is not really where I want to be.
Right. So my advice always to people is, if you're experiencing the symptoms that I just mentioned, there's only one thing there's two things you can do in life. You can either continue running around like a hamster in a wheel, or you can pull the trigger, have faith that positive things are going to happen. Make sure that your mindset is focused on that faith. And I guarantee you, 99% of my clients that come to me, the first thing that I focus on is positive things will happen. Because if you're thinking that it won't, the likelihood that it won't is very high.
Wow.
So that's the key. Once you pull the trigger, like anything else in life, the dominoes typically fall where you want them to fall.
Right. Well, positivity is definitely
Yes.
very important. So I know that you are also from the Detroit, Michigan area.
Yes.
And so I wanted to ask you, there's a lot of speaker platforms out there, and yet you chose to sort of connect with Shawn Fair and the Leadership Experience Tour. So can you tell our audience a little bit why?
So I actually met Shawn back in 2018. And I think actually in 2019 was the first Leadership Experience Tour. I was part of that. I'm part of the Leadership Experience Tour again. We missed a little time due to COVID, but I would say that the platform, the people, especially from where we were in 2019 to what Shawn has been able to put together for 2022 has significantly grown. And there's just not a lot of platforms that I'm aware of out there that offer you the product, the quality, and the value at the right price point.
Wow. That's amazing. Listen, I know there are some folks that are probably are very interested in your program or very interested in wanting to work with you. So how do people stay connected with you or get in contact with you?
Sure. So my website is globalcareeradvisors.com. I'm a pretty avid user of LinkedIn, so you can connect with me on LinkedIn, Arthur Gluzman, and that's really the best way.
Excellent. Well, Mr. Gluzman, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been an absolute pleasure. And folks, thank you for joining us today. We are here at the Leadership Experience Tour in Detroit, Michigan, and we will see you again soon.